Wagwan, I'm super excited you're here again. And if this is your first time joining me at the table, you're welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be a part of the family. And when you start enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to hit the like button. I am Lola, here with my spoon to feed you with some knowledge. Today, we're talking about something super important: building an emergency fund. This might not be as exciting as the tips and tricks to buying your first real estate, but trust me, sitting through this video to the end will be very profitable to you. And in 3 to 5 years, you'll be writing back to me, thanking me for this video. It is that important, especially with the economic surprises we experience here in Nigeria. All right, let's jump right into it. What is an emergency fund? Think of an emergency fund as your financial umbrella. It doesn't stop the rain from falling, but it keeps you dry until the sun comes up. And we don't wait until it is raining before we get an umbrella, right? Whether it's an emergency car repair, or a sudden medical expense, or worst of it all, a job loss, this fund is there to cover you when life happens. The ideal amount for an emergency fund is dependent on your circumstance, but highly recommended is having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up. And your living expense would basically be your essentials: food on the table, roof over your head, and a motor to get you to your next job. Now that you know what an emergency fund is, let's talk about why it is important to have it. Life is unpredictable and anything can happen at any time. In an unlikely event that you lose your job or your business hits a setback, an emergency fund is what you fall back on until you're able to get back on your feet. With an emergency fund, you are able to survive without relying solely on others, selling valuable items, or taking up loans at high interest rates. It is that umbrella that keeps you from getting drenched in your rainy days until the sun comes back up. I had little idea it was called emergency fund when I started putting money aside. I just knew this money was going to come true for me after my NYC days of steady 19.8. Was it hard to save with such low income? Maybe for me it wasn't, but for some it can be a stretch. The idea is to start small. You're not going to magically save up 1 million naira from your 100k salary in a year or even two. With starting small, the most important thing is to start. And here are a few simple steps to get you started. Step 1, set a realistic goal. With your 500k salary and this economy, a goal of saving 5 million naira in a year is a joke. And that is why you still haven't achieved it. Well, don't get me wrong. You can actually save up 5 million naira in a year if you're living with your parents, or you have a spouse that supports you and you need not spend your salary. But if none of this describes you, then 5 million naira in a year with that salary and this economy is a joke. Start small. Set a small and most importantly achievable goal. Also, define what emergencies are and be honest about your definition. If you need someone to rub minds with on what emergencies are and setting these goals, send me an email and we can talk about it. Step 2, create a separate savings account. This account will strictly be for emergency fund. You would want to consider a high savings account or a money market account that ensures that your money is easily accessible. Don't lock up this money that is meant for emergencies in an app for a year or even 6 months. At month 2, it might rain and you don't want to be stranded. The idea is to make sure the money is as liquid and as accessible as possible. Please note, this account is not an investment account, neither is it a Bitcoin account. It is a savings account. Step 3, automate the savings. It's as simple as it is. Create a system where you are not reminded to save before you save. Step 4, don't overthink it, just be consistent. Start with the amounts that you are comfortable with, and with time you can increase the amount as you grow financially. In conclusion, building an emergency fund will take time, but remember, every bit counts. Whether it's 500 naira or 5,000 naira, putting money aside can make a huge difference in your financial security. Once you have started building your emergency fund, Keep in mind that it is for emergencies only, and your girlfriend's birthday is definitely not an emergency. Neither is your cravings for ice cream. So drop a comment below and let me know if you're starting or already started saving for your emergencies. Remember, this journey is about taking small, steady steps. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you on my next video.